Alright guys, I'm back with another video. I'm filming this on the same day as I filmed yesterday's video, but this is the video is going to be showing the results. If you wasn't tuned in to yesterday's video, make sure you go watch that video prior to this one. In this group, I have a total of 6 dragons. They're all females. It's a couple of them with different morphs inside of them and stuff like that. But the purpose of the video from yesterday is to see if you guys can decipher the hybrid from the pure central bitter dragon, the Pagona Vidiceps, versus the hybrid. The hybrid is Pagona Vidiceps bred to Pagona barbata. I kind of don't even consider it a hybrid because they're both Pagona. I don't really want to get into that. That's pretty much like it's like breeding two different dogs, like a Chihuahua to a Pit Bull or something like that. It's not a hybrid, but it's a mix between two different species or two different types of dogs. But they all the same. If they weren't in the same family, they wouldn't be able to produce offspring viable. And the differences between them is not that great. I think the barbatas get a little bit longer, and the Vidiceps is usually shorter. This is magnified in captivity because a lot of people we have unlimited supply of food, so they look thicker than what they would in the wild. So I think in the wild they look more similar than they do in captivity, especially with the colors and stuff now. The Pagona Vidiceps been in captivity a little bit longer, so they got a lot more morphs and stuff like that than the Barbata. So the Barbata has a while to go. And most of the morphs with the Barbata right now is going to come because of the hybrids. But like I said in the last video, I have nothing against the hybrids. I actually like it. I think it's a good idea. I explained a little bit better in the last video on why I think it's a good idea for the hybrids. And I plan to have everything in my collection have some hybrid in it. It's gonna take a while for the reds because I want my own line of reds. Right now I'm working with other people's productions. Once I produce from those productions and I breed those productions, that will be considered my line. And then I will be putting Barbata into those as well. But yeah, let me go over the morphs one more time. This one right here, I'm calling this one number 1. This is the Hypotrans. This one right here has some heads, but is visually just orange. This one right here is a double head, and it's a red. This one right here is a leatherback whiplet. His head hypo, head trans, head possible head, 66% probable head whiplet in 0. This one right here is a hypo, and it's probable head trans and whiplet, and I believe 0 as well. I don't really go into my records on each individual until it's time to breed, but I know what I bought it for, and it's along those lines. This one right here is another orange, and she has some heads as well. And these all females, and I'm finna go one by one on which ones are hybrids and which ones are not. Okay, first off, I'm gonna start off by these two. These two are from the same pairing, different clutches. Those are both hybrids. You can see the snout is a little bit more elongated, but that doesn't mean that much, because this is a hybrid as well, and she has a shorter snout. And to me, she has more of a Barbata look. Even though these ones has a more pointy nose, to me, she has a more Barbata look. Her torso is a lot longer, and then these one has short torsos, both of them. So if you think that Barbata hybrids are always going to have a long torso, it's not true, because these are two different hybrids from two different breeders, and they're both 1/4 hybrid. Actually, I think she's 50-50, but these ones have the more Barbata heads than this one. So selective breeding along with other things can affect body shape, head shape, things like that. So don't get fooled into thinking that because a dragon has a long snout that it's a hybrid, or if it has a short one, it's not a hybrid. These are all three hybrids, and these ones are not. If you compare this one's nose to these ones, it's more similar. And this is a whiplet. It's not a hybrid. It's a it's a whiplet, leatherback. And then if you compare the spikes on these ones and this one's, they're very similar. So you can't go by the spikes as well. And then over here, these two right here are clutch mates. And you can see a shorter body style right here versus a longer body style. So even in the same clutch, the body shape can change. Even the head shape. Her nose is a little bit more blunt than what hers is. It might have something to do with whiplet, but I'm just pointing out the facts that you can't tell on every dragon if it's a hybrid or not. In fact, if you ask me, I would think that hybrids been around longer than what recently. It's just people wasn't talking about it. I had a het whiplet a couple of years ago, and he was built similar to these. He had a big head, long spikes on the head, shorter torso, long tail. That happens with the whiplets too. Like het whiplets, some of the het whiplets have a short torso, long tail, big head. Especially at the beginning back then of whiplets. When you get them, a lot of them had that same body type. Even some Dunners had that too. Shorter body, long tail, big head. So I think body type is more of when you breed what you're breeding. I don't think that if you didn't know that some of these is hybrid and I sold them to you, you wouldn't know. But every dragon that I have that have any Barbata in it, I'm letting you guys know it's going to be marked as such. The percentage as high as I can count. I'm only going to 1/8. After that, I'm not counting anymore, and I'll just put LC, like low content Barbata hybrid. But yeah, I'm pretty sure most of you guys didn't guess all three of these were hybrids because they do have different shapes. Like I said, she has a longer torso than these two. These guys have a pointier head. You might have guessed one of these ones, but I don't think you guys would have guessed that one because her snout is a little bit shorter. Look at that. But I love this look. My females, I like to have a longer torso. They give you bigger clutches and bigger eggs, for the most part, in my experience. When they had a short torsos like this, you would get a lot of eggs, but they'd be smaller eggs, so the babies have to have smaller. In my experience, it's not going to be everybody's experience, but in most of those cases, that's what it is. They can get up to the same weight. This is a more structured body to me. The tail is about the body is about the almost the same size as the tail. I really don't like this structure too much. Hopefully they grow into it better. This one's not so bad, but this is a little bit too circular for me. I don't like that. But yeah, these two are clutch mates. You get to see the different body types even in the same clutch. And what I was speaking of in the last video, I said in one clutch you can have so many different varieties. So you think you're getting a normal, but it can actually be from the same clutch as a highly a dragon with a lot of morphs inside of it. Like I can show you right now a Wiro, or a translucent Wiro, and it looks nothing like his clutch mates, which are I have clutch mates that look just like normals. So if you think you're getting a normal because it's big or anything like that, that might not be the case. What I was noticing, the reason I think Barbata is a good idea to put in there, what I noticed is when I got more and more into the genetics, the size of the dragons was shrinking down. It wasn't the way I was keeping them. It wasn't nothing. Like I have some of them, I keep them the same exact way. Some of them will get big, some of them stay small. Same food, same lighting, same light changes, everything. So even with the barbadas, I'm seeing some of the babies getting left behind, the hybrids. So you still got to pick the best ones. I only post when I post the dragons for sale. I'm only posting the ones that's excelling in the clutch. The other ones I'm not selling. If somebody looking for a discount one, I'll tell them straight up, like, the ones, my bigger ones that I'm holding back are gonna sell. I'm not gonna be giving any discounts on them. But if I have some that's like lagging, even though they're lagging right now, they might end up just picking up and like they're eating and everything. They're just not growing as fast as the other ones. Sometimes want to be lagging and then just catch up all of a sudden out of the blue. But yeah, again, let's go over this. Those three right there, different body types, different head shapes. You can see are all three hybrids. I didn't produce any of these. This girl's part of my red project that's gonna be in the next few years. I'm pretty sure I'm keeping these two. These are sisters. This is a leatherback woodblit. She's 100% het hypo and trans, 66% probable het. Woodblit in 0, so she's going into my Wirral project. And then this girl is a hypo trans, 66% het woodblit in 0. So she'll be going into the same project, but going a different route because she's normal scale and she's visual for woodblit. I mean, visual for trans and hypo. So she will not be getting bred to a trans, possibly a het trans, or she'll be bred to maybe a Wirral. No, not a Wirral. Maybe if I keep one of the probable hets, or if I buy a male that's 100% double het for a woodblit in 0, or a quad het, that'd be a nice pairing for her. So I'll probably buy like a leatherback dunner that's quad het, leatherback dunner, het woodblit, het hypo, het trans, het 0. I think I've set everything. Then I'll make from there. If she proves out woodblit in 0, I'll produce hypotrans woodblit, hypotrans leatherback dunner, woodblit 0s, or Wirrals. That'll be every morph except for genetic stripe. So maybe I get a leatherback genetic stripe dunner that's quad het and breed to her, and then I can produce everything from that clutch if she proves out for woodblit in 0. But yeah, just wanted to talk about that, touch bases on that. Seen a couple people talking about it recently. If you don't want to do it, I have no problem with that either. I'm gonna still breed I'm gonna still breed Viticeps to Viticeps. I have Viticeps to Viticeps set outside with my genetic stripe Hellcat. He has a female with him right now. She's a pure Viticeps. I have a female right there growing out for him. She's a pure Viticeps. I have a male right here that's growing out. You can barely see him right there. I pulled him out from right there. So I can pull his cage out so I can get this girl here. They should be breeding next year. But he's a pure Viticeps. So even with my hybrids, I'm gonna be taking them back to pure Viticeps. And if I get a pure Barbata, I'm gonna cross those as well. I like the cross. I want to keep the blood fresh, and I want to try to get them as big and as strong as possible with the most color and most genetics as possible. That's my goal. I want to make a clutch that will have blood reds in it with hypo 0s, so it'll be solid reds with solid whites in the same clutch. And they have hybrids and they're all big and strong. That's my goal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna do my breedings. Hope you guys come along for the ride. Again, like I said, I am working towards and having in the same clutch pure white dragons with like blood red dragons, as red as I can get. And if I get hypotrans, if I get like hypotrans, if I have every morph like in there with some bright reds and some whites, that'd be so nice. Have a great variety clutch like that. Have Dunners in it, have leatherbacks in it, have genetic stripes in it, have blood reds, have solid whites, have whip blitz, have zeros. If I want to produce a clutch like that. So that's my goal, and that's what I'm working towards. I would like to, if I get to that goal, and I can just have those 2 dragons that produce those year in year, and get rid of everything else. I probably have 1.2, one male that carries everything, and 2 females that carry everything, and they can produce blood reds, solid whites, whiplets, zeros, leatherbacks, Dunners, genetic stripes, all in one clutch. So I'm going to end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. To the next video. Oh yeah, comment down below if you were correct on your guesses from yesterday. But yeah, I'm ending the video now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out.